Hey, how's it going? It's Keith Townsend from the CTO Advisor. You're watching another CTO Dose. Find more CTO Dose videos, ctodose.com. I'm here at Cloud Field Day 3. We're in the beautiful offices of Veritas in Silicon Valley. I'm joined with a fellow podcaster, Ned.
How about
Ned,
that?
what's your last name?
Bellavance.
Bellavance. I know everyone by their first name and Twitter handles here at Cloud Field Day. Your first Cloud Field Day. Or your first Tech Field Day in general.
In general, yeah. So far, it's been amazing.
So, weirdest thing about Tech Field Day in general. What like you've seen them online. What's like the surprise thing about Tech Field Day?
One thing was the level of intensity. I know Steven kind of warned us ahead of time that you're going to be exhausted and tired the whole time, and he was absolutely right. Yesterday, we saw 4 different presentations and went to a celebration after that. And I was like, dead man walking.
Yeah, like people were introducing themselves to you. We headed at the Tech Museum, which is a nice place.
Yeah.
But man, it got to the point where you could not cram any more new technology.
No, my brain was completely full. I just wanted to turn it off for a little while. And I did that. But then today I'm ready and excited to jump right back into it. So
we haven't heard the Veritas presentation so far. But of the presentations you've heard so far, what has been either the best theme or most interesting technology you've seen?
I mean, the most interesting thing is watching how traditional organizations are trying to adopt cloud-native technologies to varying degrees of success. But the question that we keep asking them is, how is what you're doing innovative versus just taking your existing tech and cramming it into cloud and calling it cloud?
Yeah, so I don't mind calling out some companies. We asked Riverbed that question.
We did.
You know what? This looks like traditional Riverbed solutions crammed into the cloud. Delphix seems very focused on traditional SAP, Oracle type workloads. But I think each one rang true to where enterprises are at in their cloud journey.
Agreed.
Which is, you know what, you don't get there overnight.
Yeah, you don't have to be innovative right away. You have to understand where your position is, what your core competency is, and maybe the best of your solution really is just an IaaS solution for now while you work through some new ideas.
Right. And there were a couple of born in the cloud companies that came fresh with new ideas. Well, Druva seems like they've always been in the cloud. Not necessarily born in the cloud era was Rubrik.
Yeah.
And they had, I love how they approached a lot of APIs, specific ways to approaching problems. You're a cloud architect. What do you think about Rubrik's solution?
I really like the approach that they've taken. Like you said, that it's all API first, programmatic. And so that allows other companies to integrate well with them. They showed some demos of doing that with ServiceNow. And likewise, it's easy to write a script against them, and they can integrate with themselves, which was kind of an interesting point that their Polaris service is leveraging the APIs that they exposed on their cloud protection platform.
So you guys talked about this on the On-Premise podcast, which is you have to have a level of trust and between the service provider and the customer. I think the Rubrik example, Polaris, shows that they trust their APIs to the fact that they're building a whole new set of products on top of that. So speaking of trust, where can people trust to find your content? You do a couple of podcasts. Where can they find it?
Well, you can always find me on Twitter at Ned1313, on my website, nedinthecloud.com. Or if you go to my company's website, annexnet.com, you can find my 2 podcasts, Annexapod and Buffer Overflow.
So, surprisingly, I actually did a speaking engagement for Annexnet a few months ago.
Yeah,
in Indianapolis. Big fun.
Yeah, lots of fun.
So, you can follow me on the web, the CTO Advisor. You can find, again, the CTO Dose, ctodose.com. Rate us in iTunes. Because you're listening to the audio version of this, if you're rating us in iTunes, if you haven't found the audio version of this, again, ctodose.com, or you can find it in iTunes. Talk to you next, CTO Dose.